Hare Krishna, how are you all? Jai Vitala, Hare Vitala. Today we are going to continue Vitala Pandurangan episode 34. Purandaradasa part 2. Where we left last week. Within a minute, Srinivasa Nayak changed his mind. His attachment to money fled from him. After donating all his property to the deserving, he started living his life by taking bhiksha. We have already read about this bhiksha. This is not begging. Some people lived to spread prema bhakti by chanting the God's name. They were treated with great respect by the community. Women used to wait for such elders to come to their door. When they come and start chanting God's name, these women bring rice, fruits, etc. and offer them and do pranams to them. These people, they also take only what they need for the day and do not say for the next day. Srinivasan also started doing the same. Life went on like this. Lakshmi was now very happy about her husband's bhakti and sangeet, but their daughter Rukmani grew to a young girl. She was of marriageable age, but Srinivasa did not have any source to perform her wedding. Once he was Navakoti Narayanan, but now he was left with nothing. But we know God would never leave his devotees like this. Very rarely people surrender fully and leave all their good and bad to him and trust him. We also pray to God, but that surrender is different. We are all very cautious about tomorrow, our old age expenses, etc. Nothing wrong. So we are ordinary people. But the selected ones are extraordinary people and God never let them down. So God came in the form of a very rich man and conducted his daughter's marriage very well. We have seen such incidents in many devotees' life. Once a person who was after money, interest, now God, Nama, he became the great devotee of Pandurangan. He did not write any abhang, but all his compositions are musical songs and mostly he wrote it in Kannada and a few in Sanskrit. Life went on with so much of devotion, but he had one flaw. He could not tolerate if someone sang a wrong raga in a hymn. He used to punish very severely. Such was his passion towards music. Once he went to Tirupati. There lived a Devadasi called Purandari. Those days, Devadasis were treated with great respect. They were considered themselves as Dasi or servant to God himself. They used to perform various services in the temple such as dancing before God, keeping the temple clean, tying flowers, decorating temple on festival time, etc. They used to come in the morning and go to their home at night. Later, their lifestyle and name had changed and became subjugated to men's power and compulsion. We learnt in detail in Kano Bhadra's Charitram. Unlike all these, Purandari lived a very pious life and people in Tirupati respected her. Lord Tirupati Balaji gave her a special boon. Every night, after the temple closed, Purandari used to go to the temple's sanctum sanctorium, play veena. Venkateshwara Swami, who is also otherwise known as Lord Balaji, used to dance. After that, Lord Balaji used to play veena and Purandari used to dance. This happened every night and she would return home in the morning. When Srinivasa Nayak was at Tirupati, he saw Purandari going to temple at night and returning in the morning. Out of curiosity, he asked her the reason. Purandari knew about Srinivasa Nayak. He was a devotee and a very good musician. So, though she hesitated, she told him the truth. Srinivasa wanted to go with her to the temple that night to do the darshan of Lord Balaji. Purandari did not accept first. After much persuasion, she agreed with one condition. She told him to hide behind a pillar, watch from there, and not to come out for any reason. He also agreed. That night, both reached the sanctum sanctorium. Now Srinivasa hid behind the pillar and Purandari started playing her veena. Lord Balaji appeared there, started dancing. After some time, he took the veena from Purandari and started playing it. Purandari started dancing. God is omnipresent. Nothing can happen without his knowledge. He knew Srinivasa was behind the pillar and also he knew about his passion towards music. So purposely he started to play Abhaswaram in his veena. That is, playing the raha wrongly. We know about Srinivasa. Forgetting the situation he was in, he rushed out. He scolded God without even realizing who he was scolding. He suddenly came to his senses and understood God purposely played wrong. He fell at the feet of Lord Balaji. Lord Balaji told him, I know your passion and your flaw. You need to have a guru. You take Purandari as your guru and learn from her too. Also from today, you will be known as Purandaradasa. From then, Srinivasa became Purandaradasa or Dasar. His period was considered as 1484 to 1564 CE and he was recognized as father of Carnatic music. Later, he was initiated into sainthood by Vyasatirtha, receiving the name Purandara Vitala. He dedicated his life to spread prema bhakti and devotion to Lord Krishna in local Karnataka language and Sanskrit. Though it is said he composed around 5 lakh devotional songs, around 1,000 of his works are available. He structured the Indian classical music in a systematic form and fundamentals like Swaravali, that is Sarali Varisai, Janta Varisai, Alankarams, Bhavam, Talam, Layam, Ragas, all that, and they are all well formed. He was also known as Pitamaha. He emphasized equality, humanity, and devotion to God in his composition. Carnatic music, classical music, is an integral part of India's rich culture heritage. So, Carnatic classical music is an integral part of India's rich cultural heritage. We can learn a lot about his works in music in Google. Now we can understand the greatness of Purandaradasa and his passion for music. But his character of getting very angry if someone went wrong in a song or raga or talam never left him. Likewise, he could not tolerate any of his disciples making such a mistake or failing to respect him. We know God will wait for such great people to realize themselves, otherwise he will play a good drama. No need to ask about Vitala. In those days, wherever you want to go, you have to walk. Once Purandaradasa reached Pandharpur after a long journey. He had severe pains in his legs. He asked his disciple Appanna to bring hot water to give massage and keep his legs in the hot water. Appanna too was sleeping in the next room. He was also very tired and so he could not hear Guru's call. Purandaradasa was throbbing in pain. After some time, finally Appanna came with hot water. He took the hot water and poured it on Appanna's face without realizing what he was doing. Appanna left the place without saying anything. But realizing his mistakes, Purandaradasa could not sleep. He became restless. He understood he exceeded the limit and became arrogant. He could not forgive himself. He went straight to Appanna's room where he was sleeping. He was sleeping soundly. Purandaradasa woke him up and apologized in a crying voice. Hearing his guru's voice, he got up in anxiety. Hearing the incident, Appanna replied, I never came to your room. I didn't bring any hot water. Oh, was it a dream? So he took it that way. He thought that it was only a dream. But with confusing and restless mind, He woke up in the morning, bathed in Chandrabaha river and went to do darshan of Vitalan. On seeing Pandurangan had blisters all over his face, he realized in a second what would have happened in the previous night. He felt unconscious. When he gained conscious, he screamed in shock and asked for forgiveness. He promised that he would never get angry. Now the blisters on Panduranga's face disappeared and became normal. Did Vitalan leave him like that? To know what had happened, let's wait until next week. Until then, Hare Vitala, Jai Vitala, Namaste.